Is Killmonger returning to the MCU? That's the big question on a lot of people's mind. I wanted to address a rumor coming out around some of the outlets. Allegedly, Michael B. Jordan will be returning to the MCU's Black Panther franchise. Is this rumor true? Is it not? Perhaps the bigger question right now, do you want it to be true? I know a lot of people think that would be going against the first movie. Keep in mind, Killmonger in the first movie, one of the last things, I believe the last thing he actually said was he wanted to be buried at sea. So the question is, if Killmonger's coming back, did T'Challa and the Wakandans not go forth with that? Is Killmonger back as a result of the multiverse? Uh, Actor Martin Freeman was recently talking about how there are kind of some far out ideas in the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. And you can't help but wonder if maybe some of these ideas that he's referencing are tied to how they're going to find a new Black Panther or a new protagonist for this franchise. A lot of people think Suri might take up the mantle. I think one big question, if they do bring back Killmonger, again, he wanted to be buried at sea. I guess one way they could work around that is if they were in the process, they were going to carry through with that final wish, and something happens, something major happens, and T'Challa is killed in battle or in action during this, and so they don't get to they're unable to bury Killmonger ASAP, and then maybe they, not knowing his final wish, someone resurrects him. I don't know. Keep in mind, in Marvel Comics, the Mandarin has actually resurrected Killmonger before using the 10 rings in the altar, the resurrection altar, as it's called. So if Killmonger's been resurrected in the comics, it's certainly a possibility for him to be resurrected in this sequel. Some people have said, well, now wait a minute, doesn't that present a problem? If they can resurrect Killmonger, why couldn't they, again, talking about the movies themselves and nothing as far as real life goes, but wouldn't they be able to resurrect T'Challa? Well, it kind of depends on how, again, just speaking about this character, nothing about the real life tragedy, but the character of T'Challa, it kind of depends on how he, if they do go the route of him being killed in battle, or if he's killed in some explosion, then, obviously that would make him unable for the Wakandans to resurrect him like they would be able to Killmonger. But where do you stand on this? Would you like to see Killmonger as kind of an anti-hero in these movies? In the first movie, he was the villain, but he also, his motives, no doubt, again, he was the villain, but he presented some interesting thought nuggets, even if his plan wasn't exactly, it kind of went against what how a hero might do things. But Killmonger resurrecting him, making him kind of an anti-hero, and still a protector for Wakanda. It's a thought. It'll be interesting to see what director and writer Ryan Coogler he does with this, because there are some powerful directions he can take this. But how do you feel? Do you think they should bring back the character, give him a redemptive arc, and maybe he could train Suri, or the two can work together? Maybe they can be kind of a team fighting together to pick up where T'Challa left off, or do you think no, they shouldn't bring back Michael B. Jordan? Because I know one big issue that a lot of people have with Marvel Studios' movies: nobody stays dead. In fact, John Watts, the director of the Spider-Man movies in the MCU, when Alfred Molina asked him how Doc Ock could come back in the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home, the director John Watts, he replied that no one stays dead in the MCU, and that, again, that's a big issue for a lot of people. So to see Killmonger, who he had a lot of people, for a lot of people, Killmonger was the best thing about Black Panther. I don't know if I'd say that for me, but he was definitely one of the best things. I thought for a while he would get a Best Supporting Actor nomination, but I think it was a pretty competitive year that year. But do you want to see Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, make a return? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of this. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.